Hi, I'm Joey from CodeRx, and today I'm going to walk you through a high-level overview of the CodeRx drug database. The CodeRx drug database is a comprehensive drug ontology based on open-source industry standards, now available with real-time updates and advanced drug data marts that integrate with your pharmacy claims and medication data. We solve the unfair choice between hard-to-use raw open drug data and expensive proprietary drug databases. We transform complex government data sources like RxNorm, FDA, DailyMed, and NADEC into easy-to-use data marts purpose-built for pharmacy applications. First, we are much more affordable than enterprise alternatives. You can do some vendor research into enterprise drug databases, and I suspect you'll find that they cost in the ballpark of $100,000 per year. And that price will likely go up as you grow and expand. Depending on what you need from a drug database, you might be vastly overpaying. We offer an easy-to-use drug ontology and data marts built by pharmacists ready for analytics at a fraction of that price. Second, we are much faster and easier than starting from the raw data sources. If you've ever worked with raw open drug data for any period of time, you probably know about the variety of different data formats, inconsistent release schedules, and lack of standardization between and within government organizations. Over the past 5 years, we've done the dirty work of cleaning up this raw data. You could pay an FTE to take the same road we've already been down, or you could start with a database built by pharmacists designed for analytics and get started working with the finished product today. And lastly, the CodeRx drug database is built by drug data experts. At CodeRx, we are pharmacists who know drug data to the point of it being an obsession. We see the value in open drug data and want to reduce the barrier of entry and give people a third option, somewhere between unaffordable and unsustainable. Instead of paying tens of thousands per year for proprietary systems, or spending months learning how to work with the raw data, get started today with straightforward queryable tables ready for pharmacy analytics. Now I'd like to quickly demo 3 basic use cases for the CodeRx drug database with a pharmacy claims example. For this example, we are going to use the synthetic pharmacy claims dataset that ships with the Tuva project starter demo. First, I'd like to walk through mapping NDCs to standardized drug names. With the CodeRx drug database, this is as easy as joining to the packages table by NDC11. By doing this, we get a standardized drug identifier, drug name, and an indication of whether the NDC is considered a brand product or not. You can see from the results that the NDC description from the Tuva demo is patchy and inconsistently formatted, whereas the drug ID and drug name we pulled from our drug database has no nulls and follows a normalized naming convention. NDCs change frequently throughout the year, so keeping up to date with a weekly subscription is critical for analytics. Next, for population health, identifying patients on certain drugs is a basic need. Once NDCs are mapped to standardized drug IDs, like the drug ID for simvastatin 10 mg oral tablets from the previous query, we can easily do a search by that ID. As you can see, we have 264 patients on that drug. Pretty easy, right? But what if we wanted to know which patients are on any strength of simvastatin? One way would be to search the CodeRx drug database for any simvastatin oral tablet. As you can see, there are 5 drugs matching our search. However, there's no need to list each simvastatin drug when you could simply join to the drugs table and search for the ingredient and optionally the dosage form. And last, the CodeRx drug database makes it easy to group drugs by therapeutic class. Since we know the drug ID of our simvastatin drug, we can search the classes table to find its therapeutic class. This table contains ATC classes which are mapped to RxNorm drugs by the National Library of Medicine and updated on a monthly basis. This drug has an associated class of HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors. Now let's see what other drugs share this class. It looks like there are 84 drugs, some brand, some generic, that have the same class. Finally, let's see who is on this drug class in our synthetic dataset. We can use the same query we wrote above to identify our drug class, and then we can search claims for any drug IDs that match the drug IDs in that class. The reveal would be more impressive if our synthetic dataset was more realistic and had patients on a variety of different HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, but at least we got back to the 2 we already knew about.